Right. Welcome, guys. I am so excited for this class. My name is Ali Mona, and if you're here with me live, I'm super grateful for your time. If you're watching the recording, that is awesome. I hope that you have a pen and a paper with you because we're going to cover a lot today. And I'm really excited to get started. So what we're going to do today is a little bit different. If you've been with me for a little bit, then you know that my heart is not to be your oil guru. Right? I don't want people to have to be running to a teacher or running to any one single person whenever you have a question about something. So what I love is that we have guides along the way. Okay, so let me be your guide today, and I want to walk you through the process of when I decided to do this summer class, how did I go about it, right? How did I go about researching and starting to learn about oils for summer, because I want to teach you that process so that you can take any topic under the sun and you can begin to research and collect information for yourselves. I'll give you another example. This Wednesday, I'm teaching the Women's Health and Hormones class, and the teaching material that's provided is great, but there's a lot of questions that I have as I was going through it. And so if I have questions, I figure you guys are going to have questions too. So I did a deep dive into hormones today, and I looked at some essential oil stuff, but I really looked at how hormones work in the body so that when I understand how the system works, I can go ahead and put some of our incredible oils and our nutritives to it so that we can get the best health for our entire bodies. So today I'm going to share my screen with you, and I'm going to walk you through the process, and I'm going to share with you a resource that I found that is so powerful that I couldn't resist. Okay, so you should be able to see my entire screen here. Okay, so I started always on the doTERRA website. Okay, and I love this search here. I love it, I love it, I love it. You can see I've been looking up cooking and jewelry and cypress and coconut and breathe. You can see my recent search history. But I love starting with doTERRA's ebooks. Okay, so if you're on the doTERRA.com site and you scroll all the way down here under oil resources, there's this incredible ebooks page. Now I've already opened all of the tabs I want to go through today because I was always afraid of the internet crashing on me. But the ebooks are an incredible resource for us to start with. And they're meant for beginners all the way through intermediate learners. And so you can pick up any one of these ebooks, read it from front to back, and I promise you, you will be so much more knowledgeable and equipped and empowered to use your essential oils. Now, unfortunately, there was not a summer ebook sitting here, okay? But that's okay. I went and I Googled and I got some presentations. So this was really interesting. There's presentations that doTERRA has already put together for us for a bunch of essential oils, a bunch of the wellness products, the kits and collections, natural solutions, and class PowerPoints. So I clicked under class PowerPoints and I found, look at all these classes that doTERRA has put together for us already. Now these are above and beyond the continuing ed classes that we have, right? That material. So there's the beginner stuff, right? Topical, aromatic, and internal use. Check this out. Skin, essential oil origins, that's really fun. A whole presentation on co-impact sourcing, sleep. Now these are a little bit different than the ebooks because when you open a presentation, check this out. The teaching is actually already written into each one of the slides. So you might never teach this yourself, but you sure could use this for your own learning. Okay, check this out. So fun. Okay, intrinsic motivation, extrinsic motivation. This happens to be the focus, motivation, and oils one, right? Lots of really cool content here. You could choose to go ahead and then teach this, but in terms of learning, this is really a fabulous way to boost your own understanding of the oils. Okay. Then I found a website from Ange Peters. Now, if you know Ange Peters, she's definitely a presidential diamond. She might be a double presidential diamond out of Canada. She's a Canadian founder, and she does loads with product education. And guess what I found? Her company is called Whole Fit. Hi, Kate. Good to see you, friend. Whole Fit. And she has a guide to summer on her website. So instead of me creating a PowerPoint class, I am going to walk through this guide so that you have all the resources. And I'm going to teach you how I would go through this guide and pick up some of the different information that maybe you don't know about some of the essential oils. Okay, so I'm going to drop this into the chat for you. So you have that for later. Okay. And we're going to just start. So what Ange has put together, super neat. She has basically, this is where you're going to find the best tips, tricks, and recipes to get the most out of your summer. Okay. And she's linked up some of the Empowered Life series. If we go back to down here, Empowered Success. No, Empowered Life. Where's Empowered Life? Hold on. Here we go. Empowered Life. Let me see if it'll open without my VPN. The videos won't, but Empowered Life is an incredible resource for each one of us. And I want to go to these Empowered Life webinars here. And each month, they have a different topic. Okay, and these are videos taught by doTERRA leaders, taught by doTERRA scientists, cooking with oils, travel tips. And so why do I like going to doTERRA.com for my information? Because I know it's specific to our oils. We know that not all oils are created equal. We can do things with our oils that you can't do with other oils. So sometimes if you start researching randomly on the web, you might come up against some things where you wonder, like, is that applicable to our oils? Is it not applicable to our oils? And so by going straight to the source, obviously this information is all vetted, right, by our scientists, by our medical teams. And so it's a really safe place for us to go and explore the use of our oils. Great, I send this pregnancy tips to people all the time, right, when they're newly pregnant and beginning to use their oils. So a really powerful way to go ahead and to find lots and lots of information. Okay. Now, let's go back over to Ange's site. So she has some videos worth watching. These are Empowered Life series videos from the great outdoors. Now, Ange has done a really good job of splitting up her overview, her summer kit, from like the outdoors to hiking and camping and all that, also cooking and DIY self-care. So I'm going to just walk through the whole thing and give you an overview, and then you'll have this resource to go back through and be able to kind of curate your own summer kit and your own tools to really make the rest of the summer amazing. So some summer must-haves. Deep Blue Rub is kind of a must-have in my world all year round. It's great for soothing long hikes or after a workout, before a workout. It's great for growing pains. And what I love about the rub is that you just put it right on the body where you're feeling aches and pains. So we use it a lot on shoulders and neck if I feel like I'm at a computer all day. Also for migraines. My kids, I've got one who's growing, and so we're putting it on the bottom of the backside of her knees these days. It's great for period cramps. It really is a must-have in every home all year round, especially in the summer when you're probably likely more active, right? Then you have lavender, and lavender, of course, maybe you're traveling in the summer or you're out of your routine a little bit, and we need that lavender to help us get that restful sleep every night. It's also great on bug bites. So in Shenzhen, bugs bite you and they mean it, right? I had a welt like this big yesterday because I forgot my Terra Shield walking home. And lavender and peppermint on those bug bites, I love it. It takes the sting away really fast, and it makes sure that it doesn't like over explode. Gracie has really sensitive skin to bug bites. So lavender is it's just great for first aid, for burns, for sunburns, and all that. Terra Shield we're going to go into depth into in a minute here, but it is an incredible blend to protect from bugs. And bug sprays are one of the most toxic things that we can put on our bodies during the summers. So we really want to get that toxicity out of our world, and Terra Shield is a great way to do that. Then we have the Digest Zen. We don't have the soft gels here in China, but you've got the rub or the oil. You can put it into your own capsules if you wanted to. Lots of times we're traveling and we're getting upset stomach. We're eating things that are maybe a little bit out of our norm. Digestin's a great one for being on the road. And then Try Ease seasonal blend. So Try Ease is a mix of lemon, lavender, and peppermint. So you can make your own capsule by putting 2 drops of each oil in an empty capsule morning and night. And it's really great when there's more pollen in the air, there's more flowers blooming. And it's also that blend, lemon, lavender, peppermint, is great in the diffuser at home if you're feeling kind of sneezy or maybe a little puffy or swollen from seasonal threats. Peppermint beadlets, we don't have the beadlets here in China, but peppermint rubbed topically on the chest supports clear breathing. It's also awesome on the back of the neck when you're walking outside and you're feeling really warm. It's like a nice little ice pack on the back of the neck. Make sure you dilute it because the warmer your body feels, the warmer that peppermint is going to feel, okay? And then lip balm, we do have that in China, thank goodness, because our lips are way more susceptible to being sunburned in the summertime. You want to make sure you're always protecting your lips. And then the On Guard toothpaste. This is just another one where you really can start to get rid of some of the toxins that you're putting in and on your body, probably unknowingly, right? But that On Guard toothpaste is incredible for gum health, teeth health, and to get rid of some of those toxins. So TerraShield, I want you to put in the chat if you have tried the TerraShield blend. Give me a yes, give me a no if you've tried the TerraShield. If you've tried it, I'd love to hear. Okay, so Katie says she's tried it and she loves it. Me too. You know, when I first got it, I was a little anxious, not gonna lie, because I was so used to toxic bug sprays. Oh, Katie says it's out of stock. Shame. Katie, I might have an extra one. Ping me after class and I'll see if I have an extra one for you. It is really a very powerful essential oil blend. And I want to bring our attention here to this sentence or group of sentences here. Natasha says you've tried it and it's very good. Kay says you love it. Awesome. Okay, so here's why TerraShield is so powerful. Though often unseen, many plants in their environment, many plants contain a vapor barrier provided by their essential oils that protect them from potential threats in their environment. So imagine, right? Nothing wants to get eaten, right? And so they kind of pull out these aromatic volatile compounds into the air to deter small animals, rodents, insects from biting them. So that's what we get to harness, this plant protecting power into this one outdoor blend. So it's a combination of a bunch of powerhouse oils: cedarwood, ylang ylang, which is a flower, catnip. If you have a cat, it's really funny to use the TerraShield around them because they do go a little crazy. Lemon eucalyptus, Litsea nuca, arbor vitae, and vanilla bean absolute. Okay, so how can you use it? This right here is actually already pre-diluted. So this is a 30 ml and it's pre-diluted. And you can just go ahead and spray it right on there. And then there's one that is, oh, I don't have it with me, but it's just the 15 ml. That one is great if you want to kind of refill this. And I just go 50-50. I'll put the whole 15 ml in. I'll do 15 ml of fractionated coconut oil. I don't know if that's the proper proportion, but it seems to work for the family and it's not overwhelming. The 15 milliliter bottle is also great in a diffuser. Okay, and we'll talk about some of the uses down here. So TerraShield is great. It's great for all members of the family, even little ones. It's not going to cause any damage to their skin. It's not going to cause any sensitivity. You can also, here we go, outdoor barbecue. So this is something where you could put it in the diffuser. You could put a diffuser outside, and it's kind of like, you know how you would burn those strips? I suppose it's like that, but it's a toxin-free version of that. And this works wonderfully for outdoor barbecues. We had one at our school just about 3 weeks ago. I set up some diffusers, put the TerraShield in, and people were like, where are all the mosquitoes? And I was like, we got rid of all of them. It's also great to use to protect you indoors. So this is really interesting, right? You can spray that TerraShield around your door and windowsills to protect your home, right? Because bugs come from outside, inside. You can even put it around your tent doors or windows while camping. That's really cool. And then the other thing for TerraShield is you can put it on a piece of aromatherapy jewelry. So maybe you've seen maybe a necklace or a bracelet that has a circular design, and then you open it up and you put like a felt piece in there. You can put some drops of the essential oil on the felt piece, and it's really nice because then you're always having this scent to kind of shield you from the unwanted pests. Okay, this aromatherapy jewelry page does not work. It is out of date. Let's see. Yeah, that's it. So here are the key ingredients again. Arbor vitae is a fascinating oil. Arbor vitae means the tree of life. And we actually source this product from, you have to get the arbor vitae oil from a dead tree. And so what doTERRA does is they buy sawdust from a furniture factory that has already used the wood of the arbor vitae tree to create furniture. And there's this byproduct, right? The sawdust. And doTERRA takes the sawdust and process it through steam distillation and actually gets this arbor vitae essential oil. Then we take that pulp from that process and we sell it to a paper factory, and they make recycled paper from it. So cool. That's just one of the many stories of reducing the carbon footprint as we are actually distilling these essential oils. Really neat. Okay. Summer safety. I know you've heard these words before: phototoxic, phototoxic, phototoxic. But it's worth using, it's worth talking about again. And I got a little bit more information from this site that I want to share with you. So there's a couple things here. Always check the label. One note here is that in China, which most of you are here, the labels are, how do I say this? The labels are adapted to the Chinese market. I think I said that okay. In China, we do not have an internal license. We do not have a supplement license. This is why we cannot sell capsuled supplements in China. We do not have that licensing, nor are we going to get it, I don't think. And there's reasons for that at corporate that I won't go into, but it's a good choice on corporate's part. So our labeling will never say internal use. That's why you need to get really good at going to your app and really good at going to doTERRA.com, not doTERRA.cn, to get that information, okay, the most up-to-date information. So a little note there on labeling. The other thing about storing oil safely is we really do need to keep them out of the hands where little ones could get them or where pets could even get them. Okay? Especially in the summer, you know, we're all kind of home a little bit more, and it's just a good way to make sure that everyone stays safe in the family. So I know Natasha, her case has a cover on it, right? Her wooden box has a cover on it because her kitties like her oils and she wanted them to be safe. That's a great example of how to store your oils safely. For my little ones, I tell them, you use your oils with mommy, and I do keep them all around because they're a little bit older and they do understand. So as they grow, they will learn. Okay? Now, outdoor essential oil safety. This is where we talk about phototoxicity. Now, the challenge is with artificial UV rays. Now, UV rays is what we get approximately 10% of the time from sunlight. And what happens is when they come in contact with particular substances, it can initiate a series of chemical and biological reactions. Interestingly, well, let me finish reading and then I'll keep going. The immune system reaction is known as photosensitization. Now, some oils contain organic compounds known as furocoumarines, and this makes some people's skin more sensitive to the effects of UV radiation. So it's not that the oils are causing a burn. Okay, phototoxicity is you put an oil on topically, and basically the UV radiation is changing the skin a little bit. It causes the formation of free radicals, inflicts damage to cellular membranes, organelles, and proteins, and it actually can darken the skin pigment and maybe cause an irritation like a sunburn. I remember Amy had this happen, and it didn't look like a burn like it was red. It looked like a darker discoloration, and it was quite sensitive. So extreme exposure could cause hives or burns. And so we want to make sure that we're not using photosensitive oils in the sun. Now, I did a little bit of research on photosensitivity, and check this out. This is from the FDA. And when I was looking at pictures of photosensitivity, I was getting all of these pictures from people who were using like pharmaceutical drugs, and they were having phototoxic reactions to them. And I thought, wait a minute, I thought phototoxicity was just an essential oil caution thing. No, 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 check this out, okay? They call it photoallergy and phototoxicity, okay? Check this out. Both types of phototoxicity occur after exposure to UV light. Okay, we just read that. Either natural or artificial light, such as a tanning boost. You don't want to put your oils on and then pop into a tanning bed, although I'm not sure there are many tanning beds in China. Okay, and then check this out. There are certain types of medicines that can cause sensitivity to the sun as well. Antibiotics, antifungals, antihistamines, cholesterol-lowering drugs, diuretics, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory. So these are NSAIDs, right? Think about it, ibuprofen, naproxen, all of these, oral contraceptives and estrogens. So you could be taking one of these medications internally, obviously, and it could be causing photosensitivity from the inside out, even though you're not rubbing anything topically on your skin. So that was really interesting. And some of these pictures with some of these drugs, man, it was intense. So if these are in your kind of routine still, just be aware of this. It might not be your oil. It might be something that you're taking as an over the counter, as a pharmaceutical. Now, the other thing to note is that by taking these photosensitive oils internally, let's say you're having lemon in your water each day, there should be no challenge to you going out in the sun that way. It does not metabolize that way. So you can go out in the sun, just make sure that you're not rubbing them on your skin 12 hours before you go out. So if you're going to use a lemon oil topically, put it somewhere where the skin's not going to touch the sun, right? Or use it in the evening so that while you sleep, you can have less of a reaction. So some of the ones that are obvious, of course, are the grapefruit, lemon, lime, tangerine, wild orange, sunny citrus. And there's some that are not so obvious. Breathe, which is our easier. Aroma touch, cheer, forgive, in tune. Where do we rub in tune? I rub in tune right at the back of my neck. Okay, so if you're using in tune to help you focus, be aware that that one's phototoxic as well. Motivate, on guard, slim and sassy, and Zendocrine. Zendocrine I rub over my liver so that doesn't get a lot of sun. But some of these other ones, maybe you're using these aromatically, like you would put on a perfume, and you could have a photosensitive reaction to that. Okay. Here's another video on question. Photosensitivity, if you wanted to do that. Now, hi Ieda, good to see you, friend. Okay, diffuser blends. So you can go ahead and you can go right to this website here and pick up some of these incredible graphics. I just did a brief drive-by of these diffuser blends just to pick out a couple of things. And what you'll find is some really light, uplifting blends. So there's a lot of citrus, a lot of peppermint, a lot of flowers, okay? And when the fall starts to come around, you're gonna see maybe more woodsy, more warm, more cinnamon, more clove. So it is really fun to help bring some of the season into your home in diffuser blends. And then one of the things that I wanted to draw your attention to is the amount of oil in each one of these blends. Listen, if you have a petal diffuser and you are sitting in one small room, you're not going to probably want to put 9 drops of essential oil in it, okay? If you're sitting in a larger room, maybe a room that's like a studio or a couple rooms combined, maybe, but just play with this. I find usually 4 to 6, 7, 8 drops in that petal diffuser are enough. If you over oil and you have too much oil in your diffuser, you can pour half of it out into like a glass cup, fill up the rest of it with water, and then you basically have a refill for when that diffuser has run its course. Okay, a couple more down here, quick and easy. Look at that. Lemongrass, orange, and peppermint. So yummy. Orange, lime, and spearmint. Lemonade. Oh, there was a cut grass one. I don't know if anyone loves the smell of freshly cut grass, but this is definitely going in my diffuser tomorrow. Douglas fir, basil, and lemon. Yum. Okay. Now, cooking with oils. I love that here she's put some of these recipes for us. I want to show you how you can find other recipes from doTERRA. So if you search here, I just searched cooking. Check this out. Spearmint lemonade, so yummy. There's a video, someone cooking with essential oils, Chef Brian. I don't know who that is, but I'm sure it's awesome. Our favorite essential oil breakfast recipes. Citrus barbecue sauce. That sounds very yummy. Okay, our favorite essential oil dinner recipes. So you have lots of options. And what I love about these recipes is that they all tend to be quite healthy, except for maybe this mini cinnamon rolls, some of their desserts. But they tend to be really, of course, holistic and healthy. So then what I did was I clicked on cooking with essential oils, and I wanted to show you some of the baselines of cooking with oils. So go ahead and drop in the chat if you've ever cooked with essential oils before, and some of the oils that you love to cook with. If so, there's a couple that they here's why you would choose to cook with our essential oils. First of all, it really enhances the flavor of the oils, of the dishes. I'll tell you, you do not need a lot of essential oils, and it saved me a lot of money. Like, I don't buy lemons, I don't buy limes anymore because I just use my essential oil. It also provides the body with the health benefit of the essential oil. So it turns healthy cooking into healing cooking. Oh, let's see. Oregano. Okay, so Lorna's get lemongrass. Awesome. Katie says oregano and lemon. Great. And Lorna says lemon too. Yeah, so we put, let's see, what did I do today? I had a bunch of oils in my water, of course. But then my husband, we bought some pea protein and some hemp protein, and it definitely tastes like pea and hemp. And so we've been putting some cocoa powder and then a drop of peppermint in our shakes. And it really, really, really cuts that, the peppermint cuts the pea and hemp flavor wonderfully. We also made some raw date balls and put some nuts and some dates with a drop or two of peppermint in the food processor and rolled them with coconut, and they tasted like a peppermint patty. Now, what's the Mounds? Is that the one that has the coconut and the peppermint too? It's really yummy. Okay. Oils are also super convenient and safe, right? Like the idea that you don't have to buy your lemon or your limes anymore. You always have that on hand as long as you've got a drop of essential oils by you. Now, there's a couple here that you can use. Basil, thyme, lemon, and ginger are awesome oils that you could make some lemon and ginger tea. I put a lot of ginger in my curries and some lemongrass in my curries. You also, here's some other great ideas. Basil for a variety of dishes. Bergamot for a tea. It's really, really, really nice, especially mixed with honey. Cilantro, cinnamon in our baking, cinnamon in your coffee, cinnamon in a thing of hot water, just to either calm the stomach, or actually cinnamon for me, it takes away my cravings. So I love cinnamon tea like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the afternoon when I'm trying to go for something sweet, but I just need to make it through to dinner. 1 drop of cinnamon in some warm water is awesome. Ginger as well in teas and dishes. Lavender. I have never baked with lavender before my essential oils because I don't love the taste of it, but I made a lavender frosting once that was to die for. It was so yummy. So that was really nice. Peppermint, of course, for desserts and beverages, and then thyme. So you have these savory oils that maybe you don't want 1 full drop. What you can do is you can take your bottle of oil and you can just take a spoon. I don't have a spoon, but you'll get the idea with my scissors. Take the back end of a spoon and just tap the top and then mix it in like that. Or you can put a toothpick into the bottle and then swirl it around. Okay, you got lots of options with your cooking. And this one too, what you want to do is, it says that you want to cook with volatile oils differently with hot dishes, as heat can destroy the fragile oils. So I always like to say, after you've turned off the fire, that's when you're going to add your oils. oils, okay? And for your baked dishes, you'll lose a little bit of the properties, but that's okay, right? It's still worth baking with your essential oils. And this is the best way with hot dishes to keep as much of the chemical constituents whole as possible. Another tip here cooking with oils is that you want to keep in mind that you want to probably dilute your oils in some form of fat, right? A lipid, like olive oil, coconut oil, or another oil. First of all, it makes it safer to consume, right? So imagine, super simple, right? The next time you have like a crusty loaf of bread, get some olive oil out, get some balsamic out, and put a drop of oregano in it, right? Mix it up, and you have an incredibly yummy dip for your bread. But you don't want someone to get a whole chunk or a whole drop of that oregano. You want it mixed into, dispersed into the dish for better flavor, right? So putting it in some form of oil is going to be the best way to be able to do that. Okay? And then I also found, while searching on the website, Cooking with Essential Oils, check this out. There's an ebook, there's a PowerPoint, there's an invitation. Let's say that you wanted to host a cooking class at your house. doTERRA even gives you a class invitation. There's a really cool graphic here. I wonder if I can pop that up. And then recipe cards. Let's see if I can pull that up too. My internet's a little crazy. So doTERRA has done so much for us already in terms of preparing. Let's see. Anybody? Well, I'll see if those pop up. Okay. So that gives you an idea of some of the cooking with essential oil ideas. And then you've got a bunch of really yummy recipes. And she pulled these from that doTERRA blog. She basically just curated some of them. I've made that curry soup before, super yummy. I've made these vegetarian black bean burgers before, also super yummy. I love that she has some snacks, some breakfasts listed here. Ooh, yogurt bark, yum. So there's lots and lots and lots of options. Also marinades, you can make this bigger and you can see a bunch of these marinades. Marinades work because there's often oil, right? Like an olive oil to mix your oils in with, and it penetrates the meat or whatever you're marinating so well. Here's some ideas for salad dressings as well. So you have basil and lemon with olive oil and red wine vinegar, super yummy. A sugarless berry jam with balsamic, olive oil, and lime. Yum, yum, yum. You can also wash your fruit and veggies with lemon oil or other citrus oils. I'll have them soaking in a basin of clean water, and I'll put a couple drops of lemon in, and then I'll just let them sit for a little bit. I find that with oils or with fruits like apples that have a skin or like a waxy covering on it, it helps to take the wax off. So that's really good. And then peppermint. You can make a really diluted peppermint spray, and you can spray your garden or any veggies that you're cooking that you're growing on your patio, and that's really nice to keep the pests away. Here's a grill cleaner if you are a griller. Awesome. Let's see if these opened. Oh, internet. Nope. But now you know where they are. And what I did was I pulled all of these links for you, and I'm going to put that into the group so you can grab them all so that you don't have to be searching for these things. Okay, this is probably my most favorite part, summer self-care. We have 10 more minutes. I promise.
Allie?
Oh, yeah. Hey.
Okay. Sorry, you froze for a minute.
Oh, sorry. Am I back? Okay.
Yeah, you're back.
Awesome. I'm going to put all of these links, all the links that I'm teaching off of today, I've already picked them up, and I'm going to put them into the WeChat for you, okay? Now, summer self-care is probably my favorite part of this entire presentation because I learned so much while just going through some of these. I'm not a big DIYer, but I found myself this summer really lacking in products that I really want, like hairspray or salt spray, right? So look at this, Beach Wave salt spray, Bug Bite Relief roller bottle. So I have pulled, you can go and you can search for this yourself, but I pulled a couple that I wanted to highlight. Of course, the DIY Beach Wave salt spray. So you need a spray bottle, hot water, Epsom salt, sea salt, and the Healthy Hold glaze. Let me know if you've ever used the Healthy Hold glaze from doTERRA. I'm pretty sure we have it in the China market. I haven't had to buy one in a minute. Let's see. I'm pretty sure we do. It's really awesome. I love the Healthy Hold glaze. It's really light with some coconut oil, rosemary, and lemon. Now, lemon oil is photosensitive and it may lighten your hair if exposed to the sun. So yesterday, my little ones and I, we went to the pool and I put lemon oil in their hair because they wanted to intentionally lighten their hair. Of course, we got there and the cloud cover came and we didn't really have a chance to do it. But I don't know if you as a kid, I remember putting lemon juice in my hair and going outside and hoping that it would lighten it a little bit. So that's kind of fun. You can omit it if you don't want your hair any lighter, but you can add it in if you do want it lighter. So that was really fun. I thought, putting the salt with the Healthy Hold glaze and the coconut oil. So then you want to kind of scrunch your hair up while it's drying. Now, my hair is straightened, so I don't know if it would do anything for me. But if you have pretty curly hair, you can give this one a go. I thought that was really fun. The next one, hairspray. How many of you would love to have a toxin-free hairspray? Me. Guess how they did it? I would have never guessed. Sugar and water. Of course, I don't know how sticky it makes your hair. I'm definitely going to try this one. And then a lot of the flower oils, geranium, lavender, peppermint, rosemary, clary, sage. Use more or less sugar depending on how strong you want the hold to be. Basically, you combine the sugar and the water until the sugar dissolves. Let it cool. Put your oils in and use it as you would any other hairspray. Sounds really interesting. Definitely one that I want to try. Dry shampoo. I know this recipe was going around a little bit in the group. If you have light hair, just use arrowroot powder, lavender, rosemary, peppermint. If you have dark hair, you can add some cocoa powder to the mix. And then same essential oils. And dry shampoo is great if you want to give your hair a break from traditional shampoo. Okay. Wonderful, wonderful. And then deodorant stick. I really hope that doTERRA gets some way for us to get deodorant into China because, man, their deodorant is so awesome. But this will be fine in the meantime. So you want some aluminum-free baking soda. I know for a fact that Taobao has it because I buy it. And then arrowroot or cornstarch, regular coconut oil. So you don't want to use the fractionated coconut oil here because you really want that coconut oil to freeze, to congeal, okay? And then purify or other essential oil. So purify is a blend, but you can also use, well, I wouldn't use lemon because you don't want that being on skin that could touch the sun. I've used Balance. I've used Melaleuca, lavender, On Guard, lime, geranium. In light of our photosensitive talk, let's not use Purify or On Guard or lemon or lime. Okay. Now, if you live in a warm climate, you want to add an ounce of melted shea or cocoa butter to the recipe, and this is going to make sure that it stays congealed for longer. My friends, if you are using a deodorant that is commercially made and it has aluminum in it, this would be my top recommendation for you to get rid of. The aluminum is known in studies to go to the brain and mess with you in terms of long-term memory and toxicity. So I was very anti getting rid of my deodorant because I did not want to stink. It took a long time for my armpits to actually detox from all of the chemicals that I had put on it. And I did some of those masks with the doTERRA face mask on my armpits, did that like once a month for a little bit, and now I love using the natural deodorant and I don't stink, which is a big deal, and it was a huge win for me, which is awesome. And then this one was really fun, a bronzing lotion stick. Of course, we're in China where white is awesome, but for those of us who like to look like we are in the sun without having to have the harmful UV radiation, I just thought this one was really cool. It takes some extra ingredients, but it seems like once you start to get into your DIYs with the oils, you're really looking at beeswax, shea butter, cocoa butter, and some different oils, grapeseed oil, almond oil, vitamin E, that sort of thing. So this one was really fun too. And then they use ground cinnamon for bronzer or unsweetened cocoa powder as a bronzer to make little bronzer sticks. So I thought that was kind of fun. And if you didn't want to make a bronzer stick, but you just want to make a lotion stick, you could totally do that as well. So those are some of the fun DIYs that I pulled from here. And then a couple other things like wipes for on the go. When we were traveling, was it here? Oh, sorry, we're not there yet. I'm gonna run out of time, so you're gonna have to come back and you're gonna have to go through this yourself. But there is a natural sunscreen, and it's this. Of course, we talk about this all the time because sunscreen is so toxic for you. I have not tried this because I burn so easily that I'm actually quite anxious, but I've heard really good things about it. And I actually looked up zinc oxide today on Taobao, and I found what looks to be a reputable source. So I'm willing to try this one. What you do is you get a tube of the unscented hand and body lotion. If I have mine to show you. It's the bluish bottle. Put 2 tablespoons of zinc oxide in it, and then some helichrysum. And then you're going to use that as your sunscreen. So I will share the Taobao link for that. Kate, how did it work for you? Kate says that she's made it before with the Healy zinc oxide.
Yeah, so a couple of years ago, Maria and I made a batch together, and I think the recipe was from the Essential Life book in the outdoors section, and it was a really nice texture. I think it had like shea butter and some coconut oil and things like that, because they all have a natural SPF of kind of between 4 and 6 anyway.
Okay.
And then the zinc oxide obviously is what forms the barrier on the skin so that the sun's UV rays can't penetrate through, and then the helichrysum as well with all its healing properties. So yeah, I really liked it. We made too much, unfortunately, and I wasted the precious helichrysum. So I think if I was going to make it again, I would just really like stick to a small batch that I knew I was going to use, you know, within a good amount of time. Yeah, but it was a really nice texture.
Oh yeah, here's that one. So shea butter, beeswax, zinc oxide, olive oil, carrier oil, raspberry seed oil, vitamin E, Healy, myrrh, and frank. Man, yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds awesome. Raspberry seed oil, I've never even heard of that.
Yeah, we didn't have that one, but like we had, and yeah, it is important to source a good quality zinc oxide. So we had a chemist friend who really screened the Taobao ones for us, and the one we ended up buying was like hospital grade zinc oxide. So yeah,
that's awesome. Thanks for sharing that. And Gigi said you've been using the helichrysum roller as sunscreen. That's awesome.
Yeah, as a quick one.
Yeah, especially for your face, right? Because you really want to protect. My mama always said a woman ages from her neck first. So if you can just protect from here to here, right, in terms of anti-aging, then that would be awesome. I just realized I'm sitting in the dark. Hold on. Okay, next up, I just want to show you the rest, because I will, again, send you this and just point out one of the interesting things that I found from Oils in the Great Outdoors. So she talks a lot about gardening and how to grow herbs in your home, how to grow veggies, maybe in a window box or on your balcony. And most of us live in apartments, right? So there's some really cool tips in here. One of the things that I wanted to point out was this. I didn't know this. Find out what the companion plant is for your vegetables and use that essential oil instead of the actual plant if you don't have space to plant more. For example, tomatoes and basil work well together to create vigor for growth and plant resistance. So water the tomato plant with basil essential oil in the water for similar results. I thought that was really cool. So you can look up companion plant for any of the plants that you're growing, and then you can use that essential oil if you have it, or if we have it, to help boost the growing of that plant. So that's really cool. Okay. There's a natural garden spray, gardener's hand soap, some really cool things there. And lastly, I want to just throw, in the summer, especially if you have troubled skin or if you sweat a lot, if you're walking around and you're feeling really hot, I thought these were really cool. So witch hazel water, geranium, and frank. You can put a paper towel stack or even reusable wipes into a Ziploc bag, pour that in, toss it in your purse, and then you always have some facial wipes to take on the go with you. And the same thing with kid-friendly wipes. You can use lemon and water, same thing. That way when you're out, you can be wiping a table, maybe use some On Guard in there too. Wipes for your car, an air freshener, even a DIY hand sanitizer there. So some really good things there. She continues to go on to some of the, like when you're hiking or camping and some of the things that you want to bring, there's a lot of the different supplements here. So the nutrient pack or your LLV, make sure you're getting the right sleep, fighting the inflammation. Maybe you're moving more than you have been before. You want some Mito2 Max for energy and stamina. That literally fuels the mitochondria of your cells so that you have sustained energy. Digestin soft gels, we talked about that. Tri-Ease is that lemon, lavender, and peppermint blend for seasonal allergies. And the other thing is to travel with the samples as an easy way to just bring a little bit of those products. So you can use the shampoo conditioner samples, On Guard toothpaste samples, the Deep Blue samples, right? So that you have to travel with the big bottles. Body aches, you've got a lot of options for pain relief. Past tense is one of my favorite oils for pain relief. I love it on my temples. I love it on the back of my neck. Same thing with Deep Blue and Aroma Touch. Remember, Aroma Touch can cause photosensitivity, so be easy on that one. And then we want to always bring our Terra Shield, of course. You can also do lemongrass and lavender. I think it was Andy who said that she just used lemongrass in water and she sprayed that as a insect repellent, and it worked wonders for her family. Cool down with your peppermint. Remember, back of your neck, your head. For me, it feels like an ice pack, but make sure that you are diluting that so that when your body is at its peak heat, you don't feel like it's too hot on your body. And then always bring your lavender. Remember, we call it the Swiss Army knife of oils because it is so versatile. Think about it when you're camping: bug bites, burns by the fireplace, boo-boos, right? Helping you sleep better at night, helping calm fears in children. There's so much that you can do with lavender, so don't leave home without that one. And then always bring your coconut oil. So this is really good for whenever you're traveling. You want to always have coconut oil on hand. doTERRA has the small ones that are the 30 mil little ones. Those are great for traveling. I think they're out of stock at the moment. But you always want to bring your FCO because you never know when you're going to need it. And it's really good to just soothe your skin without even any essential oils in it. And then your tea tree, your melaleuca, great first aid for the skin. And it's great for if you're coming down with something. Okay. This is where I got my bears are attracted to sweet smelling oils like cinnamon and peppermint. So maybe we're not using those if you're camping in a place that has bears. Okay. And there's a couple other things here: bug bites, skin irritations, poisonous plants. So you can read through this, the rest of this: snake bites, ticks, crazy, wasp bites, and the different natural solutions you can use for that. So what I'll do, guys, is I will take these links. This is really the only one that you need up top, whole-fit.com/summer-kit. And this will give you access to like all of these different links. I pulled all of these off of here. And I will, though, drop some of these other ones in the big group for you. If you have any questions, I know Dominique is teaching the class at 7 o'clock for the Oils Made Easy class, but I don't think we've had anyone new pop on. So if you want to unmute and ask a question, I think we have a minute or two.
I did just want to share another amazing resource with you while everyone's here. But this book, I don't know if you can see that.
Essential Oils Diet.
Essential Oils Diet. The author is Dr. Eric Zielinski and his wife, who calls herself Mama Z. So if you if you Google Mama Z, she'll come up, and they have loads of resources, not just for recipes and diet tips and using essential oils within the diet, but also just lifestyle overhaul in the home, toxin free, all that kind of stuff. So I borrowed that book from the town library, and they had some amazing recipes that I've taken lots of screenshots. So I will share them in the team chat later, because there was some really awesome ones for lots of different ideas.
That's
For
awesome.
weight loss, blood sugar balance, yeah, meal plans, all those kind of things, just reducing toxicity, reducing inflammation, all that kind of stuff.
Oh, thank you for sharing that. I'd seen it on someone else's bookshelf, and I was like, oh, gotta get myself a copy of that. So thanks for sharing that.
Yeah, I really want to buy the book. It looks like it. Well, I think they've got a few. The main book that they wrote, I think, was called The Healing Power of Essential Oils. And I think that's like one of their most famous ones. Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing that, Kate. So good. I hope, guys, that kind of walking through that process was beneficial for you to see how I go through, right? I was not going to create a PowerPoint when she had it so beautifully laid out, and then you could just have all those links right there. And so, yeah, I hope that was useful to you. I hope that you now have a good resource for you for all your summer needs. And basically what she did was she just curated a bunch of the content that was already available to you on doTERRA.com. So I hope that was useful. I don't know, does anyone have anyone calling on to the 7 p.m. class tonight? Dominica, do you have any RSVPs? One? Awesome. Brilliant. Well, maybe we should pop off before she pops on, or it might be like, whoop!
I mean, she literally just messaged me like half an hour ago, so we can see if she shows up.
Awesome. Awesome. All right, guys. You can unmute, share some love. I'll send this.
Lovely to see everybody.
So good to see you, Kate. Thank you.
Big love from Australia.
Yeah.
It's nice to see everyone.
You too, Katie.
See you. Bye-bye.
Bye, Ieda. Lorna and Rona, have a lovely evening.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, Gigi.
Bye-bye.
Ali, is